Hello friends, today we'll see the tidal energy. This is coming in the module 5 that is related to the other sources. So many other sources of energy is there, but in this one today we will see only the tidal energy. What is the tidal energy? What are the different type of tidal energies? Tidal energy power plants are available. Okay, and what is the disadvantage and advantage of the tidal energy power plants? So let's begin with the presentation of today. So these are the outline of today's presentation. So what is that? First one is the introduction, basic principle of the tidal power plant, parts of the tidal power plant, classification of the tidal power plant. Then we'll see each classification in a detail. Then advantage and disadvantage of tidal power plant. So first we start with the introduction. The introduction. What is tide? We know the tides is occurring in a sea. So whatever the power or whatever the energy of the tide we are using to convert into the useful power, that useful power will be the electricity, so that contribute the tidal energy. Okay, so what is the tidal definition? Actually, tide is the periodic rise and fall of water level of sea, which is caused by the action of sun and moon's gravitational force on the water on the earth. Okay, it is mainly due to the gravitational attraction of the moon and the sun on the water of earth. Okay, so you can see from the picture that whatever the portion is near of earth is near to the moon, what will happen? There will be a high tide is produced. Opposite side you can see the low tide is there. So in a day we have a two high tide and we two low tide, because we know we are rotating on our axis, the earth is rotating on its axis and moon is surrounding the earth. So because of that one, what happens, we are getting the two high tide and two low tide. So actually the gravitational attraction of moon is also there and sun is also there, but 50 percentage is contributed by the, sorry, 70 percentage is contributed by the moon's gravitational force only. So that only is written here that 70 percentage of tides are produced by the force due to the moon. Okay, and two tidal cycles are there, means one high tide one low tide means one cycle. So again two high tide and two low tide means two tidal cycles are there in a lunar day. So total period will be how much? It will be 24 hours 50 minutes. Actually this, for the total period of this cycle will be 24 hours 50 minutes. So there will be two high tide two low tide. And now what we want to know about two terms, that is the flood tide and the ebb tide. So water is, if it is above the mean sea level, then is a flood tide. If it is below the mean sea level, then it's a ebb tide. So this thing we want to know, because we usually say that water is stored during a flood tide and the water is released from the basin during the ebb tide. So these two words are very important for us for that way. So whatever the tides is used to produce the electrical power is, this is known as a tidal power. What is a tidal range? So on the figure you can see one sinusoidal wave, but it is not a sinusoidal wave. It is a sinusoidal wave for the tidal. Okay, so it was starting from zero, means A means 0 point, then B is a high tide. Okay, and C is again zero, then D is for the low tide. So and it is completed on E. So total time how much it is taken is at 12 hours 25 minutes, and the maximum to maximum difference will be the tidal range. That is the maximum to maximum difference. Okay, peak to peak we can say, negative to positive peak we used to say in electrical terms. That is the tidal range actually. So it is a difference. What is the tidal range? It's the difference in the water level between the two consecutive high and the low tide. The rise and the fall of the water level in a sea due to the during a tide can be represented by a sine wave. So we have seen it is represented by the sine wave. Total tidal day will be how much? How much time it completed? One, two cycles of the tidal is 24 hours 50 minutes. Half of it is 12 hours 25 minutes. So one cycle is 12 hours 25 minutes. Two cycle is 24 hours 50 minutes. So that is shown here also. Yes, but tide range is varies and depends upon the land situation against the sea. So tide range is not same throughout the world. Okay, it depends upon the location of that um, land in that sea location. Okay, actually, so that is depends upon the location of the land. That only is written here. Next one, the basic principle of the tidal power plant. See from the figure, you have two figures here. You can see that during a high, see it is written one dam is there. Okay, in that one you can see the sluice. Downside you can see the turbine generator set. One side you see the sea, another side is a basin. So right side is the basin and the left side is the sea. So during a high tide, from the figure only it is clearly you can understand that from the during a high tide what happens, the water will goes through the sluice to the basin. Okay, during a low tide, what happens? Water will come out from the turbine generator set to the sea. So what happens that the power is generated from the turbine generator set, because when water is passed through the turbine, definitely it will be create a mechanical power. Then it is when that mechanical power is given to the generator, means because turbine and generator is coupled together. So definitely what happens? You are getting the power output. Okay. So that is a basic principle on which the tidal power plant is working. So you can say during the flood tide, the water is stored in the basin through the sluice, okay, which allows the water to pass through. And during the ebb tide, what happens? Water is released to the sea and it is passes through the turbine generator set. So power is generated. Next one is the parts of the tidal power plant. So there's a three parts from that basic principle only we can understand very small thing. So one dam is required, that is also known as a barrage, to hold the water back, to create a potential of the water. Okay, potential energy should be created, no? So whenever it is stored in some height, then only you can say the potential energy is created. Same mm, in which way the hydroelectric power plants are working, same thing here, because we want to store the water at some height, then only potential energy will be there. That energy you are converting into the kinetic energy, okay, by passing through the penstock pipes actually. So here the for holding that one you require the dam and the barrage. And okay, want to pass the water from sea to the basin, so you require the sluice gate to allow the water during the flood tide, and during the ebb tide it will be closed, the sluice gates will be closed. And we require the turbine generator set also for generation of the electricity. So we see the parts in a detail. So first part, yes, the function, we what the function, create a barrier between the sea and the basin. So yes, another one more important point is that tidal power barrage have to resist the waves whose shock can be severe even the pressure changes the side continuously. So barrage need to provide a channel to the turbine in reinforced concrete. Okay. So location of the barrage is very important because the energy available is related to the size of the trapped basin and to the square of the tidal range. It is never built in a mouth of the bay, and the larger the basin, but the smaller the tide range. Okay, so whatever the dam is there, it should be a shock resistant, because we know that sometime tide will be the having so much pressure, so it should be able to resist that shocks. Then definitely it should be have a sluice also, it should be have a turbines also, so everything will be a the concrete structure inside that, everything should be there. Okay, so it always be built where it will be built. So it will be built in a mouth of the bay. Okay, bay is there, and in the mouth we will build that one. So larger the basin, what happens? The smaller the tile rate. So the balance must be the struck between the increased output and increased material requirement and the construction cost. So tidal barrage requires the site where there is a sufficient high tide range to give the good head of the water. So Why it is required, that we already told. We required some height head for the water, so that potential energy of the water will be there. Higher the potential energy, that much we can get the energy power from the power plant actually. Okay. Sluice gate. So sluice gates are the gates actually. So it is opened during the high tide and closed during the low tide. And why it is required? Because to create a potential means water level difference in the basin actually. Then turbine and generator set. Yes, we have already talked that to convert the mechanical energy to the electrical energy from the required generator, and it is coupled with the turbine which is converting the kinetic energy of water to the mechanical, which is further converted to the electrical energy in a generator. Now we see the classification of the tidal power plant. So there's a two main classifications are there: single basin system and double basin system. Again, in a single we have a two way with pump system. Okay, and double basin, simple double basic system, basin system, uh, and double basin with pump. Okay, to increase the power only we are going for different systems actually. One way generate very less, two way generate little bit more, and two way with pump will generate more power. Okay. So first one is a single basin one way. You can see from the figure we have only one basin, and between you can see the barrage. Barrage consists of sluice and the turbine generator side. Another side, the left side you can see it is a sea. Okay, sea water will be go inside during the tide through the sluice. Then what happens that during the ebb tide, what happens? The water will go through the turbine to the sea. But during that time, the sluice will be gates will be closed actually. So there is a power generation is during only the low tide period only, not during the high tide period. So that is the problem drawback of the single basin one way system. Okay. So it's a, what is the basic principle of the tidal energy? What we discussed previously, that only is here in a single basin one way. Okay. Single basin and two way. What happens? Okay, the power means it is generated during the flood tide also and ebb tide also. So previously it is only ebb tide, that is a problem, but here now it is generated. So we require the reverse turbine. We required what? Reverse turbine for it. Why? Because during the flood tide when water is going inside, so there will be a generation also. So it will work in the both the direction. So it will be means work in the both direction, but that is a difficult task. That is a complexity what we having here. So we required a variable pitch turbines which have a dual rotation generator, which is used for the such schemes actually. What happens, the turbine wants to change, we have a one basin only, but the water is going once inside, and then in during the ebb tide only generation is there previously in a one way, but now during the flood tide also if there should be a generation, then you require the reversing the turbine. So what happens, if you require the reversing of the turbine, then you require the variable pitch type of turbine and the dual rotation generators to be used for this scheme. So that is the problem. So but peak power generator will be less than the one way cycle. Okay, so that is another problem. This will be a generation, even the power generating period is increased. So previously in a one way only the during the low tide means 12 hours, 20, 25 minutes only the low time only it is generated. Half of the time it is not generating. Here we are generating, but it is not having that much power. Peak power generation is less, but time is increased. But we require the means, generator and the turbine like that way, which will be a reversible. So in a single basin two-way cycle with pump storage, yes, as the same as like a pumped storage hydro electrical plant. Okay, same way. So the power generated during the Flood tide and ebb tide, the complex machines capable of generation of the power and the pumping the water in either direction as used. As a part of the energy used to introducing the difference of the water level between the basins and the sea at any time of the tide, it can be done by pumping the water into the basin up and down. Yes, we are pumping the water back to the basin whenever there is a requirement of the extra power generation. So this type of power plant is there. In a France, big power plant is there. Raised tidal power plant, okay, which is using this type of arrangement actually. Two-way cycle, only one basin is there, but pumped storage. Okay, whenever there's a required, the pump is there and that is used to pump the water into the basin, and then the water is passed through the turbine generator set so that extra power will be generated. Now we'll discuss about the double basin system. So from the figure you can see there's a two basins, one is high basin and one is a low basin. So two sluice gates are there, and between the two basins you have a power plant, that is a turbine generator is there. Okay. So during the high tide or flood tide, water will goes to the high basin, it will be there. And during a low tide, what happens? From the low basin, the water will go to the sea. So to the sluice. Okay, so it is between. So whenever there's a requirement, you are using the means there's a continuous generation will be there from, because you are creating the part means the turbine generator is set is connected between the two basins actually, but this is of small capacity but continuous power available will be there. But only the problem is that with disadvantage is 50 percentage of the potential energy is sacrificed, because of the variation of the water level of the two basins. Okay, we are created two basins, so definitely 50 percentage we are wasting it because of the maintaining the water level of the two basins actually. Okay. Double basin with pump, yes, again the single basin with pump, but here double basin with pump. We have a two basin, but pump systems is there. So whenever there's a requirement during a means whenever the load is required. So in a base load, what happens? We have a load structure. We know one is a base load, another is a peak load. So during a peak load, what happens? You want to give the extra power. So during a low base load, what happens? The water will pump back to the high basin. So during a peak time, the extra power will be generated from the passing of the uh, water through the turbines. So that is the double basin with the pumping system. Same way pumped hydro storage system, the same thing here also. Means it is the pump is required which is pumping the water back to the dam, and that water again flow through down. Okay. Advantage of the tidal energy, definitely the first biggest advantage is that it's a renewable type of energy. Okay. Another one is environment friendly, or 71 percentage of the earth's surface is covered with the water, so there's a scope of generation is very high. But there's a disadvantage also is there connected to this one. Efficiency is around 80 percentage, but compared to other renewable sources, it is far better 80 percentage, because solar is only giving less than 20, wind is less than 50. So compared to that too, definitely efficiency will be more, 80 percentage. The tidal energy does not require any kind of fuel to run. The life of the tidal energy power plant is very long. Yes, the life is very long. So large intensity of the water, sorry, density of the water, almost 1,000 times greater than in air, results a large amount of energy. Yes, density of the water is very high compared to the air, so definitely the power generation from it will be very high. Disadvantages, yes, cost of the tidal power plant is very high, because dam is required and the transmission is required, because it is not near to the load center. So that the first and the last point is the same thing. You can read it and you can understand the first and last point is the same actually. uh yes, another thing that you can't construct everywhere tidal power plant. Only few locations you can able to construct because the sea is very rough sometimes, and that's and it can't be constructed everywhere in a coastal area. So only some particular locations only you can construct the tidal pond. That is a disadvantage, biggest disadvantage actually. And another one is the intensity of the sea waves is unpredictable. So you can't predict it. What is the today's tidal range is something else, tomorrow is something. So it will be can damage the power plant. Yes, we have seen so many power plants which has constructed, but after a few years of running, it is damaged because of the tsunami. A tsunami like the instance will happen. What will happen? Definitely, tidal power plant project will be damaged only. Then it will affect the aquatic life also, sea animals life, because if you're constructing a tidal power plant near to the sea, definitely it will interrupt their life. Actual generation period is very low. Yes, short period only we are generating the power plants, but we are changing the system so we can generate. So another one which is far located from the distribution area or the load centers. So definitely a big transmission system and the distribution system also required near to that seashore and the coastal area. So these are the big disadvantages of the tidal energy. Even there's a big scope, but there's a this because of these all restrictions, it is not come in that much in a big route in a tidal power plant. Thank you.